Welcome everybody to my Dark World Survival tutorial. So this is a lot of the questions that I get from new players. So I figured I'd start a new little game here and kind of walk you through what to do at the beginning to kind of give you a good jump start, because everybody wants to get big real fast. So let's give you some tips, tricks, things to look for, and what to do. Like, what should you focus on at first? So this game is, if we scroll down, I just barely did the radar part. So it's opened up the world to us now. So here's my little base. I've got my bubble or my shield here that protects me from anybody that attacks me. If you click on it and you click on shield, it'll tell you how much time you have left. So I have another day before that shield is gonna go away, and then people will be able to attack me. Now, part of this is you're going to want to be in an alliance. So one of the first things to do that I would honestly do is find an alliance that's fairly active, because that's going to help you speed things up more than anything else. If you try and do it on your own, everything's going to take much longer. So if you, for example, go into your shelter and you want to upgrade your radar, okay, so if I click on upgrade, it says it's going to take 8 seconds for this first one. Okay, big deal. So if we click on it, 8 seconds later, the building's job is going to be done. Okay, so it says our level down here. So on our little warehouse here, it says level 1. So there you go. So we're done already. We're on level 1. So these first initial upgrades are going to be really quick. Okay, I'm using up resources though to do each one of these. So that's going to have to be something I'm going to have to kind of monitor up here. So if you click on up here, it'll tell you how much you have. So for me, it always seems like I'm running low on these two. So these are the only two that I really ever gather. Wood, you're just going to kind of gain as you do things. So you're going to gain all of them as you go, but it just seems like I'm always struggling with ore and electricity. So those are the two that I really only gather. But if we come back to our thing here, so if we go to upgrade again, well, now our upgrade is 38 seconds. So with each progressive level, it's going to take longer and longer and longer. And by the time you reach the 20s, like level 20, it's going to be days. You know, you're going to have like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days that it's going to take. So if you were doing this by yourself, which by then you wouldn't be anyway, but if you were to try and do this by yourself, your alliance that you don't have isn't going to be able to help you speed up that time. So when you click on that, the next button will say like help, I believe is what it says. And if you have an alliance and you've clicked that help button, they'll click their little button that ends up popping up over here for them to know to help. So they'll click it and it'll cut off a certain amount of time from that build for you. So as you do research and things, which will come a little later, you can help extend that amount of time that each person that hits that help button will take off. So if you really want to speed things up, you need that alliance to help you cut time down off this stuff. So not only that, but as they're doing their things on their game, it's helping you to acquire these resources that you need so that you can upgrade faster as well. Okay, first thing that you do to kind of shorten all that, go find an alliance. Okay, so how do we do that? So this is our kind of alliance flag over here. But since I'm not in an alliance, it's going to give me the list of alliances that I can join. In future, when you click that, it's going to take you straight to your alliance that you're in. The problem with this page is it doesn't tell us who the big boys are. Okay, so it says, with this one, I can apply to be in that one. These one all have limits. So I have to have a watchtower level of 10, or kind of like your player points of a level 5 million. Okay, well, I'm nowhere near that because I'm brand new, so I can't qualify for any of these guys' things. So what you can do is either hit quick join and it'll just throw you into one, which honestly, that's probably what I would do at this point. But just quick join one. Hopefully they've got some active people. Hopefully even if they only have 4 or 5 active people, if you're on at the same time as them, you'll at least still be getting some help to build up to these numbers. Like this one, 1 million, you should be able to get that within a couple hours if you're kind of grinding away. So you should be able to join something like this pretty quick. But the thing that I was saying is if you click down here on Alliance Rankings, it's going to tell you who the top 10, best guys that you usually want to stay within, okay? So if you're worried about getting attacked, like we said, we've got one more day left of our bubble. But if you're worrying about getting attacked and having somebody take all of those resources that you've worked hard for to injure your troops, so now it's going to take time to heal your troops, you know, that kind of an idea. Most servers have some kind of NAP. So it's like it's an agreement between either the top 5, top 10, or top 15 alliances. Okay, so if you were to join any of these from 15 on down or 10 on down to play it safe, these other guys, these top big boys, won't attack you because you're in that NAP alliance group, that top 10. So it's a protective alliance thing. So they just won't attack each other. But if I quick join and it throws me into an alliance down here on like 40, 50, so if I get thrown into this 7-day group, I have like zero protection once that bubble goes away. So don't just kind of stick around. If you're in some of these groups as you're leveling up, start looking and start contacting these top 10 guys, then see if you can get in with them. Okay, so that's your most protective measure that you can take after this. So like I said, for now, just quick join one. Okay, so first thing is it's going to say is you're going to want to move your base to wherever your alliance is. You want to be close with your alliance, and you've got to kind of pay attention because your alliance might move around the map. So they usually will give you some kind of idea saying, hey, our hive, okay, that's what we tend to call it, your hive is over here now, come teleport over here. So your first one here is going to be free. After this, teleporting is going to cost you. So let's teleport for free. Move over. Okay, so now I'm in this MER, whatever that stands, we'll look here in a second, but MER Alliance. So I've got an alliance tag now at the beginning of my name, whereas before I didn't. Let's zoom out a little bit and maybe we can find like this person right here. It's just their name. They don't have that alliance, that MER before their name. Or as we come down over here, there's ZX. That's another alliance. So for some reason, this person is in an alliance but hasn't moved. So if their bubble clears, and if they're not in that top 10, top 15, all of these people are going to attack them. So it's very possible that maybe they were in this alliance, and then maybe they weren't active, so they kicked them out. Or maybe they looked around and then found these guys and decided to join up with them. It's possible. So sometimes they'll kick people out and they'll tell you to give them a few days to leave before you start attacking them. So even in that sense, if you are inactive and they kick you, you might be safe, you may not, there's no promises. But we are now with our alliance here, okay? So all these blue dots, that's us. But if we zoom out, at some point you'll lose it, but as we zoom out, we might be able to find some people like this person. They're in our alliance, but they never teleported. So they're off all by themselves, and who knows, they might start getting attacked by all of these people. Or maybe they already have. But I'm sure there's more people around the map that haven't teleported. Usually there are. But as you look, this is the entire map. So here's the capital. This is what some of the first events are going to be revolving around, is getting these territories, owning these territories, and working towards owning the capital. After you own the capital, you then start to battle people from other servers for the powers of the capital, okay? So one thing to keep in mind is a lot of times these games like this start out as they're war games, yes, but people try to kind of keep the peace right from the beginning because you're going to have to start to work as a team. So I wouldn't go crazy. My philosophy is I just don't ever attack anybody if they're in an alliance. So like someone like this, you know, to attack them because they're not part of alliance, you're safe. But if you attack somebody that's in that NAP 10, NAP 5, NAP 15, you're in trouble. So especially if you're in the NAP and they're in the NAP, you're in trouble. So I just kind of have played it safe always, and I don't, if somebody's got an alliance tag, instead of going in and looking up and seeing, okay, is their alliance in the top 10, so to give you a quick idea, H666, okay? So if we click on my account thing up here, maybe you've got a profile picture or something, but you come down here to rankings. So here's all the alliance top 10s right here in this alliance CP. So if we scroll down, okay, I haven't seen H666 yet, so they're not in the top 15. So technically, I could attack them if I wanted to. Let's see how far, oh, right there. So they're 37th. So technically you could attack them, but just to always be having to do that, to go through and be like, oh, they're in an alliance, let's quickly check and see if they're in the top 15. I just don't even bother. It's just like, nah. But that's me. it's way too easy to kind of start these things where then they come and attack you because, you know, they retaliate, and it's just, you've got their, maybe this person's not strong, they're only a level 11, but maybe there's somebody in H66 that's a level 30, you know, the very top level, and they're going to come just burn your whole alliance down because you attacked this one person. So I just don't even deal with it. So if they're in an alliance, I just leave them alone. Okay, so that's my personal opinion. So again, come close to your alliance, move your people. This is me right here, this green one. Again, this is our R5 right here. So there is that little button right there, right here, that if, as I move this around, it's going to tell me where I am. So if you get lost on the map, you can click that. It'll take you back to yourself. That is the first step that I would do. Go join an alliance, get that going. So now if I click on my shelter and I come back down to this and I click upgrade, well, you can kind of even see here's that help button. So somebody needs help. So I'm going to click it. It's going to give me some coins as a reward. So if I click upgrade, it's 38 seconds. So I click the help button, watch it cut down really fast here. Boom, done. So it cut, one person probably helped me and it cut that 30 seconds off. Okay, let's try it again. Now I'm at a minute 53. Help, a minute 51, 50, and then gone. Okay, that is why you need an alliance. That is gonna cut your time down so fast. 3 minutes and 45 seconds. Let's test it again. Down to a minute, boom. So 2 people probably helped me, and that cut me down from 3 minutes to 140 down to 0. Okay, so now I'm already at a level 5 on this one building. Let's do warehouse because that's a little more beneficial. So if you look, this CP, it's gonna give me a 600 boost in CP, which that's kind of one of the things that we want. The cool thing with the warehouse though, while we're on it real quick, is it protects your resources. So if somebody attacks you, I'm gonna be able to keep 2,700 plus 1,800 of my resources. So the higher number this goes, the more resources they won't be able to steal from you. So this is a great one to upgrade. So let's do that. Help, and then again, gone. Okay, so a couple of seconds, and I've now upgraded my warehouse. So go join an alliance. Hopefully that was clear. Work through that process, get going in an alliance, and then you're set. Come back for the next one.